Before we begin, please take a second to like and subscribe, as it helps out the channel a lot. Thank you. I used to work at this small, independent cafe when I was in college. It wasn't anything fancy, a quiet little spot tucked between a laundromat and a bike repair shop. We didn't get a ton of traffic, just a mix of regulars, grad students from the university nearby, and the occasional person passing through. I started working there during my sophomore year. It was easy enough. Early morning shifts during the week, and then doubles on Saturdays. It paid like garbage, but the tips were decent, and the owner was this older woman named Denise, who treated me like a daughter. She even gave me a key to open up when she wasn't around. The cafe opened at 6 a.m., so I'd usually get there a little after 5 to start the espresso machine, prep the pastries, and mop the floors before the sun came up. I don't mind early mornings, actually. There's something kind of peaceful about them, but that peace only lasted the first few weeks. One morning, this guy came in. I noticed him because he was already sitting at one of the outdoor tables when I showed up, around 5:10 a.m., which was weird because the cafe wasn't even open yet. He was probably mid-40s, white, balding, with one of those scraggly, patchy beards, wearing this huge dark green jacket even though it was late spring. I assumed he was just an early riser, or maybe homeless, trying to warm up with a coffee once we opened. I gave him a nod when I walked past him to unlock the front door, and he gave me a smile, a little too wide, like he was trying to be overly friendly. I brushed it off. When I finally opened up around 6, he came inside, ordered a black coffee and nothing else, paid in exact change. Then he sat in the back corner near the bathroom and just kept looking around. Every once in a while, I would catch him staring at me, but he would quickly look away and act like he was just looking around. He didn't have a laptop, didn't have a book, didn't look at his phone. He was just sipping his coffee and staring at me whenever I wasn't looking at him. It started to get a bit annoying, but I tried not to let it get to me. I figured maybe he was awkward or just tired. He finished his coffee and left. The day went on like usual. The next morning he came back for another coffee, the day after as well. He started showing up every morning. Same time, same routine. Always already outside when I arrived. Always ordered the same thing. Always paid in change. And always sat in the same seat with his same weird behavior. This went on for almost 2 weeks. I told Denise about it once, kind of jokingly, like I've got my own personal stalker. She chuckled and said some people just don't know how to be social. I let it go, but the whole thing started to get under my skin. One morning, I was a few minutes late. I was unlocking the cafe when I realized the guy wasn't outside. I felt a weird wave of relief, but when I walked inside, the relief vanished. He was already inside, sitting in the corner like he always did. I froze for a second. The door had been locked when I arrived. I knew it had been. There's only one entrance, and I'm the one with the key. I walked over to him and, not rudely, asked, "Hey, how'd you get in this morning?" He just smiled at me and said, "Oh, the door was open," which it definitely hadn't been. At that point, I told Denise again, more seriously this time. She said maybe he came in while a delivery guy was dropping off supplies in the back. That did happen sometimes, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong with this guy. I started texting my roommate every morning when I got there and when I left, just in case. Then one morning, this was about a month after I first saw him, I got to the cafe and found a sticky note on the glass door. It just said, "You look nice in the blue shirt. I like your hair better down." I wasn't wearing blue that day, but I had been the day before, and I'd had my hair up that day. I was 99% sure that this note was from that creepy guy. It had to be. I brought the note inside and showed Denise when she came in a few hours later. She looked more concerned than I'd seen her before. She said she'd checked the cameras, which I didn't even realize we had. Turned out there was one above the register and another pointing at the door. We went back through the footage from the night before. Around 3:42 a.m., the cameras picked up a shape moving outside. It was him. He stood in front of the cafe for almost 40 minutes, just pacing, occasionally pressing his face against the glass. Then, at exactly 4:23 a.m., the door opened. He had a key. He slipped inside, walked straight to the back corner, sat down for a few minutes, then got up, pulled something from his pocket, and stuck it to the door. Then he left. Denise called the cops, and I filed a report, but there wasn't much they could do. The footage wasn't super clear, and unless he did something explicitly illegal, they couldn't really press charges. Denise checked the extra keys she kept in the office. One was missing. He had stolen a key when I wasn't paying attention. We changed the locks immediately, and she stopped giving out spare keys after that. I never saw the guy again. He stopped coming for some reason. But I think about it every time I pass a cafe early in the morning. Every time I see someone sitting alone, it reminds me of him. I'm afraid he'll come back one day with bad intentions.